Yo, what's up everyone? It's justjonmckin and I'm back for another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about iOS 15. So Apple just announced their latest new software, iOS 15, and it's coming with a jam-packed number of features, and I just wanted to give you just a quick synopsis of what features you should know about and what you should look out for. So on that note, let's just get straight into the video. One of the first things that Apple is introducing here is redesign notifications. Adding contact photos for people and adding larger icons for apps. They just have a whole different type of feel. Even from my personal experience of playing around with this OS, I feel like the actual notification bar that pops up at the top is a little bit more skinnier. It looks a little bit more futuristic. Definitely captures my attention more. I just noticed it. It's just something you notice. Like my phone is going off right now as I'm recording this, and I'm just noticing that, hey, I am getting a notification. It's just way slicker, way cleaner. These are just really great. So to reduce distraction, which we all deal with very much in our lives, there's actually a notification summary that can actually summarize what your notifications are, and it can even prioritize your notifications at the same time, so you could just see the things that are most important to you. So yeah, if you go into your settings, click on notifications, you can actually go ahead and schedule a notification summary. So if you know your days get busy around a certain time, you can just go ahead and schedule this in your phone to say, hey, notify me at this time what all my notifications are. This can apply just so well in different people's lives, such as, again, you're dropping off your kids or whatnot to a soccer practice. You have like a little summary that pops up, so you can stay in tune as much as you need to in the moment with your kids or family, and yeah, just get a quick summary and synopsis of what your notifications are about. Next feature that I really like on iOS 15 is focus mode. So focus mode is really cool. You're probably wondering, what's the difference between focus and do not disturb? Well, focus mode can go very much more in depth than what D&D does for your phone. Now there's different modes of focus mode that you can customize. There's a personal mode when you just need to go into the zone. There's one for work. You can customize it however you need it to be. Now this is really cool, especially that you have an option that's toggled between these different modes that you can customize to your liking. It just makes it really cool because for example, saying personal mode, I don't know what I'm doing, but if I'm doing something personally, just me honestly, and I want to focus, I'm going to make sure all the social media apps, notifications and whatnot, they're not popping up on my phone. Only phone calls from like my family, from my immediate family or whatnot, while I'm doing something very personal. Where otherwise you have like a work mode, you can again just allow different apps such as Slack, Gmail, Teams, anything you'll typically use for work. Same thing with the contacts, who can call you, who can, again, maybe your kids or your significant other. It just really allows for really great customization that allows people to be more in tune with their lives. And again, like this, and again, you could simply just use D&D, but just having this extra step of personalization honestly just brings it to the next level and makes it more enjoyable, in my opinion. So the next big thing on here honestly has to be FaceTime. FaceTime just got a totally new redesign, and I'm actually loving it. Like, it's a little bit different from the typical FaceTime screen. Trust you me, pretty much everything is moving from being at the bottom to the top. So everything is in that top navigation bar where you can commute, you can end the call, or even share your screen with the other person, which is actually really, really cool. So these icons are even just more user-friendly because you could tap on them, and when you tap, it actually plays a little noise here where you know whether you just toggled your mic on or off. Now honestly, the UI was a little bit confusing at first because, at least from other programs I've used, usually when the mic is like white or you tapped on it, it's usually off, but it means it's on for FaceTime. I'm not sure why. Like, I feel like it's inverted. Just personally, I don't know if it is, but just using it naturally, I felt like it was inverted. And a lot of the times I thought I was muted. I tapped it to unmute myself, and then I ended up just muting myself anyways. So a little bit confusing on that end. But yeah, you get a whole new display, a whole new design, things that are more personal, so you know what is happening for you. People are getting used to connecting from wherever they are in the world, so they make FaceTime calls more engaging than ever, so you can engage with anybody in the world, doing a lot of plethora plethora of different things. So you have different features such as, again, there's this portrait mode in your FaceTime call. Now I am on the beta and I have FaceTime people who are on the previous iOS 14, who are on iOS 14, and within 10 seconds on the call, they're like, whoa, like you look like 3D. You look 3D, like you look amazing. Like, how do I get that? So portrait mode just honestly just makes you look way better in 3D, more crisp. Nothing but high compliments for portrait mode. That was a big deliverance from Apple. But the other big thing with this is that have the FaceTime links, so you can give links to, again, different family members or friends who don't have iPhones, and they could finally join the FaceTime fun just by sending them a link. So one of the other cool things which we tried to test out in this video was share play. You are able to basically like share video, share audio, and just share your screen in general in FaceTime. We noticed, at least with the beta release version 2, it is still a little buggy. I tried sharing and it was just like really laggy for my friend, and I guess like at sometimes he didn't see what I was doing, and then he heard what I was playing through Apple Music, but it felt like I was just playing it on a different device in the back and it wasn't clear. So it wasn't the smoothest experience, especially when my friend tried to share play me back, and it was saying we were on different OS versions. That could just be a beta thing, honestly, nothing too huge. But that is one thing I noticed was still a little buggy as of right now, but it honestly has a lot to promise. Like, this new FaceTime redesign is absolutely amazing. Just from being able to tap onto your face and, you know, just view yourself in a bigger light, and yeah, it just makes FaceTime just way more enjoyable and interactive. The only thing that I do hate is that the end button is at the top right, because I literally have to go up there and intentionally end the call, and maybe that's the purpose of doing that. They want people to intentionally end their FaceTime calls. I was never hanging up on accident on FaceTime, so it wasn't a big deal to me to intentionally end it, but that's the only other con about that. But really cool feature to try out. It's probably going to be one of the fan favorites in this iOS 15 update, and yeah, hopefully, again, it just brings us together all a little bit closer. All right, now honestly, I said the FaceTime one was the biggest one, but this may just be one of my favorite ones, absolutely, because it still blows my mind away how fast and how accurate this can be. And that is the text recognition in images. Like, this is actually really big. I don't know any other phone, maybe I'm out of the loop, that does this right now. But this is really cool that this is actually built into the iOS software itself. So yeah, you could take a picture of pretty much anything and kind of just like regular text, how you would do like an article or a text message in your phone, you could force touch it, and you'll get like the little blue highlight, which basically highlights the wording in that image, and you can just drag it around that image and copy text straight out of images. Now this is a game changer, especially if you're in school or you're doing like a report, or this is just changes a lot, because you can literally take something that's literally text and just bring it into digital form. And I think it's gonna work wonders because it's actually pretty accurate. Now, it wasn't like fully accurate. I tried it on a couple of things, and like such as this Old Navy sign, and it didn't do as well as I expected. I also tried it on like a fire lane imprint on the road, and it also didn't work. But it was really cool because I took a screenshot of some spices someone posted on their story, and I just tried it. Like, why not force touch and try to copy the spice name? And not only did it get the spice name, it gave me all this extra metadata too that came with the spice that it could have been beneficial to me. And I thought that was just like really cool. That yeah, I can just literally take any image, and it works pretty good on the majority of images. Force touch, get that little blue highlight, and copy and paste that somewhere. I think that's a total game changer. Like, all right, so again, one of the next things that you should know about is there's just a total app redesign of some of the core apps that iOS supports, from Safari to weather to maps, All of these got a makeover, and honestly, I'm liking it. Yeah, so Safari, I gotta talk about this. It is a game changer. Now, I immediately, intuitively understood what they were trying to do without actually reading or hearing an explanation for why they did this in Safari. So Safari now, the address bar for typing in websites is actually at the bottom. So if you want to change your website or go to a new URL, you're tapping the bottom of the screen. Likewise, the backwards and forwards button for the browser is also down there. Everything is at the bottom of the screen, and when you tap that, it actually moves to the top, and the keyboard comes out from under, and you could just type whatever you're typing, and then boom, the address bar comes back at the bottom. So if that description didn't give you the idea right there, what they're trying to do and accomplish with this Safari redesign is basically just making it convenient for your fingers. Like you can literally use your thumb to navigate the web, and that wasn't once the case before. You usually have to either uncomfortably slide your thumb up, or use your index finger. It took a little bit more movement to actually navigate different web pages. Whereas with this, I honestly went to a couple web pages just by using my thumb. Like the next day was trying to use Google Chrome, and it tripped me up because the address bar just stayed at the top while Safari went to the bottom. So it's really weird, especially if you use multiple browsers. Just going to just pull people to be complete Safari loyal. Like they're just gonna use Safari loyally on their iPhone, or it's either just gonna turn people off because they don't want to leave their beloved other browsers behind, and they're just gonna completely just stick with those other ones instead of this one that's just different. Because people use browsers for different reasons, and this one can just trip up a lot of people because it is just different from what they're used to. So yeah, the weather app is just getting a totally new design and totally new look. Things are animated, so weather conditions are animated. So if there is, again, a lot of pollution in your area, you're gonna see more of a smoggier looking back animation. Whereas if it's raining, you're gonna see more of a rain animation in the background. And then, if it's sunny, you're just gonna see, of course, a sunny animation. So it just makes it more interactive. From the tiles and the widgets, it makes things just easier to grasp and again more personalizable towards you. What do you want to see when it comes to your weather? Another cool thing is the weather maps, just showing you again like how is weather looking again in your geographical region. And yeah, it just gives a totally new feel and taste to the weather app. Like you probably don't even really need to download another weather app because this one is actually just freaking pretty cool in itself. So yeah, along in that list, I just gotta throw this up here too, is Maps. Now Maps is freaking amazing. Just from, again, starting up to go to a new location, it's like a little animated pulse that goes up and shows you, okay, this is the route you're about to take. Obviously, that's not too big in itself, but it just looks freaking cool. Like, oh, we're about to go. Like, it looks futuristic. One of my favorite things is that you actually have a 3D mode, and you can view and scroll around the area in 3D. Like, that is freaking cool. So, for example, I personally used it around the Bay Area because that was one of the regions that was rendered in 3D already, and yeah, it just looked really cool seeing. It was very cool seeing like the Golden Gate Bridge in 3D, navigating San Francisco, seeing the different streets and whatnot, because it just gives you another visualization that is just really, really cool, to be totally honest. Like, the heights of buildings, the sculptures to look at, you can navigate the area just even better. So another cool part about Maps is that it can actually show you with arrow signs what direction do you need to be going, what direction should you be taking in your journey to your destination, just making it way cooler, making it a way cooler and way more enjoyable experience for you to use. Now honestly, like, you holding up your phone and it's a big arrow on your phone pointing that way, I feel like that's definitely gonna make you look like a tourist in my opinion. So probably not the smartest thing to do, unless you want to look like somebody who's lost. But I can see that since we're going into this more AR VR type of space, how that can how that can eventually be like a little seed for something bigger that Apple is trying to do down the line. So who knows what they're doing with that, but as for now, I probably would not just hold my phone up and have a big arrow telling me to go right. I would just look at my screen and say, okay, oh, in 30 feet turn right. All right, that's what we're gonna do. All right, so some bonus ones I just wanted to add in here, just really quick summary catches is Siri can work offline, and I think that is just really big. You know, Siri doesn't have to be connected to a network to work for you. So yeah, you can have a more reliable, again, little chat bot. So you can have a more reliable personalizable experience whether you have a data connection or not. Whether you have a data connection or not. So this may not be a big deal to all, as big of a feature for most people, especially in the US, if you have like a pretty good data signal. But for the data signal may not be as best, or you don't have access to Wi-Fi, this can come in clutch, especially for just simple tasks that you just want to use or you want to be done just hand-free. All right, so the other one is ID cards in the wallet app. Now this is really cool that you can now put your personal ID cards as part of the wallet. I think it was like, okay, that makes sense. Like this was a great next step to go with the wallet, because what's the purpose of the wallet? It's to literally be your digital wallet. You know, everything you need, everything that's in your personal wallet should be in your digital wallet now. This may definitely become a standard, which would be really cool, that we probably never have to even carry around our wallets again. You can just carry around your phone. Then you can also do things like fare cards, set them up with certain amounts and use that just as you would, just a debit and a credit card, to pay for different modes of transportation. But yeah, that is it, guys. That is iOS 15 in a nutshell. It's a really cool update. One of the ones like I'm personally excited about. I'm already on it and I'm excited to use it. Definitely looking forward to, again, certain things and features getting tweaked a little bit better before it actually rolls out to the public. This is gonna be a pretty promising software from Apple, so I'm really looking forward to playing with it and using it even more. But yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Now, this is still a new channel, so make sure you leave a comment down below just telling me what was one of your favorite features, so we can just get this up for more people to view. Go ahead and leave a like, and then also, if you really like my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notification gang. And yeah, on that note, it's just JustJonmckin, and I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.